What's up, everyone? You see that title down below right there? Yeah, that's me. I'm the noob in this video. And today we're going to be talking about the Raspberry Pi 4 8GB of Model B that I just got recently. I was kind of given this surprise gift of some sort or some donation that, Tiffany got for me. She didn't get it for me, but her father a friend gave it to her father, which then gave it to my girlfriend Tiffany, which then Tiffany gave to me because they didn't know what the heck this thing was, and they said, they said something about a device, something you can build, and maybe you have something to do with it, maybe you have knowledge on it. So I was playing like Helldivers last night. This actually happened last night, and I was playing Helldivers, and I was like, yeah, you can just leave it right there, no problem, it's completely fine, because Helldivers you can't pause, so I had to put it to the side. It was no problem. But then after a while, I just opened it, and then I see this red box. I'm just gonna show it to you here, and I was like, oh shoot, it's the Raspberry Pi 4 computer, Model B, and it's 8 GB. So this is the most amount of RAM that you can get, and I think this costed around roughly like $100. I was doing a little bit of research on it, and I heard there was like a shortage a while ago, so it was very difficult for people to get their hands on the Raspberry Pi 4, especially like the 8 GB RAM. I remember doing some research in the past, and I saw what it was about. I heard it was good for like educational purposes if people wanted to learn like the basics of a computer or how it functions, like a motherboard, for instance. And I have experience. I build computers. I built enough computers that I can count with one hand. Four. I built 4 computers, and my 5th one is coming up soon. But I will be honest with you, I didn't really do a lot of research behind the Raspberry Pi. Again, I just saw it, and I was like, oh, like, that looks cool. Okay, you can use it to, say, like, control a robot or make a smart home device or something like that. But then that's it. I didn't really think of it in any way. I kind of just skimmed through it. I was like, oh, it's a Raspberry Pi. All right, let's keep it moving. It is what it is. Until it was brought in front of me and, Tiffany just gave this to me, I thought to myself, oh, wow, I can actually use this. It's mine. So I was opening up this bad boy, and, I got the Raspberry Pi 4. It came with a case. I'll show you. This is the case, by the way. This is the actual case. So I could just pop this open for you so you can see exactly what's going on inside here. And look at this bad boy. Pretty cool, right? I built this. I ran the instructions. I had to watch like a few YouTube videos to find out how to build it. Pretty straightforward, as a matter of fact. It took like a few minutes. I just needed to figure out like what parts go where. And there wasn't really much to put into the motherboard itself because everything was already there. You just had to attach like the heatsink, and you just, screw in the fan onto like the, I guess you could call like the vents, you can call it. So when heat rises, you got a fan that pulls that air, it intakes it from the CPU and pushes it out. And that's pretty neat. Other than that, I also have like the power cord here. It was pretty cool. And now I gotta get the stuff for it. I gotta get the stuff. I gotta get I guess a keyboard, a mouse. I have to get like the micro SanDisk, those little chips. I forgot the name that you call it. I'm having a brain fart. But you know what I'm talking about. It's the same little shits that you put like on your Nintendo Switch. You guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, yeah, I just gotta put it in here, but I have to install like an operating system first. So I need to get not only that, but I also need to get a card reader as well. So that's something I'm gonna have to do some shopping. I might just go to Micro Center. I might get like a 64 GB, micro SD from GameStop. I heard GameStop is selling it for like $1.50. So I'm pretty excited about this, and I'm not sure if any of you have any experience on Raspberry Pis or projects that you've taken on, because I've done more research after I built this little thing, and I've come to realize that there is a lot that you can do with the Raspberry Pi. The best way to describe it is you're only limited by your imagination. If you can think of it, you can do it. It's just a matter of how you go about it. What programs do you need? What hardware may you need in order to make this work? So with that said, I need your help in this particular phase of my Raspberry Pi journey. What I'm going to allow y'all to do is that you can comment down below and you can let me know what project I should take on. I am a beginner. This is my first time. This is all that I have. I don't really have like a mouse or a keyboard. I know I can take like a mouse and a keyboard from my desktop computer here right now and plug it into here, but I don't have an operating system. But let me know what interesting projects I should take on as, you know, as a starting, you know, user of the Raspberry Pi. And I'm going to double the ante here. Not only do you recommend it or recommend any project for me to take on, but the top comment that gets the most likes on a project idea, I will do that. I will tackle on that project and I'll see what I can do with the Raspberry Pi. If I'll look into it, I'll see how I can make it work. Terms and conditions apply. Please, let's keep things simple. I'm not a brainiac. People are thinking like, oh, you build computers. All right, you're gonna learn something today. Nah, but I was really excited. I didn't really think I would be like, I felt like a little kid just building this. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know I could do this. I had like a whole little screwdriver here. It's like a tiny little screwdriver. It's hilarious. It's a tiny little thing. I have a toolkit with me, but I didn't even bother pulling it out to use. I thought it was a little bit of an overkill. I thought this would do just fine. Though I kind of don't like the tip. I really felt they could have done a better job or had better quality. I feel as if it's already like worn out already. I don't know. But until then, I was thinking like, hey, I could just turn this to like a desktop computer, you know? Install the operating system. I could, you know, surf the web and see what I can do with it. Because 8 gigabytes is a lot. I think that's the highest amount of RAM you can get on your Raspberry Pi 4, at least at the moment. And then I heard that the Raspberry Pi 5 is already coming out soon, or I think it's already out. I'm not sure. I've lost track. I just need to do a little bit more research. But this is pretty interesting. I'm just going to show you guys exactly what's inside here so you get an idea as to what's going on. So you can see here is the CPU. This is the RAM. Over here, you got the USB. You also got the Ethernet. And then, of course, this is the fan. So this is the fan that's going to keep the Raspberry Pi all nice and cool. Then on this side here, you're going to have like a micro to HDMI. Apparently, this supports 4K resolution, which I think is bonkers. I did not think this would support 4K. But then again, I shouldn't be surprised considering where we are with the technology right now. As power, that's pretty neat. I think it has like a USB-C port as well. And then right underneath is the actual storage for the Raspberry Pi, which is where you put your micro SD, and then you'll be able to boot up your operating system from there. It looks so simple, it's almost intimidating at the same time. Because I'm looking at this, I'm like, it can't be that simple. There's no way it's that easy to just boop, 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 plug it together, build it, and then put the chip inside, and then boom, you got yourself like a computer. Or like a MPC is what I've heard. I think that stands for like mini personal computer, if you will. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. This is a rather short video, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about this because I'm really excited. But like I mentioned before, comment a project idea that you want for me to take on, and the comment that gets the most likes, I will take on that project, and I'll make a separate video on that journey and how, you know, I'm doing and everything. Because I really want to see what this little beast over here is capable of. I'm really excited. And yeah, that's about it. Peace.